Hello there, world of tankers. Hopefully the live stream is working, because I did a stream on my other channel yesterday, and kind of had some weird bugs occurring when I did that the other day. So if the stream's not working, then what I'm saying right now doesn't matter. I like big booty. I don't know what else. Yeah, nobody's gonna hear that, because the stream's not work. Oh, crap, it is working. I lied. Alright, let me move some of my debris on my desk so I can open my iced tea. Let me shake it a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys want to watch a soda explode on me? Watch this. it's just iced tea, so it's not gonna do anything. Actually, did have some precipitation. All right. So, let me pull up the chat as I always do. And let me drag this down for Token, because I know he loves to see this. And then we will play in the Vipera, which is the Tier 8 Italian Collector Tank Destroyer. As I said in yesterday's video, or actually it was this morning's video. I mean, it technically, like, I went to sleep right after I recorded the video. I forgot. Wargaming put this tank into my account, like, a week ago. And I completely forgot that they told me the embargo date was today. So last night at 2 a.m. I recorded the video and then had it scheduled for 4 a.m., which is when it got released on NA. So it kind of worked out. Ideally, I wanted it out at 2 a.m., but it's not that big of a difference. It's not like any of the other YouTubers are really gonna pose that much of a threat to me anyway. So, yeah. All right. Alrighty. Let's make our way to the heavy flank. They have an M4EO, a K2. That's it. So they only have 2 heavies. Do have to be always cautious when crossing this. I don't know why people go into that bush there. It's useless. Crazy. Yet I'm the one that gets punished. I cannot tell you how much I hate this map. Like, Wargaming designs every map in such an awful way. Because I've lost a third of my tank for crossing in a spot that they want me to go. Like, what? It's like Wargaming places landmines around the map, and then they're like, oh, well, just don't walk into them. What is this Stayer Waffenträger doing? Come on, keep going, keep going. Yep, there you go. 550 damage high explosive into his tank. I do not think he enjoyed that very much. I have to say I like this gun quite a bit more than I like the gun on the Semavente Contra Caros. It's just way more accurate. It feels, at least to me. We have the M4Yo, which we're going to get 1 shell into, and then we have the WZ. That was worth. That was a high explosive shell, and that's also revenge for him being annoying to me earlier. I mean, we should win this. Pretty good result. Let me pull up the chat and then drag it up. There you go. Okay. Droodles excessive lip licking. It's probably because I like dehydrate myself. I definitely do not drink enough water. It's why my voice probably sounds so dead right now. But because of that, I think that's why. Well, we could have HE'd him, but I just don't think it's worth it. I'm going to let my T-49 get the clear on him. We're going to push down to the K2 and get some damage into you. Come over here, good sir. I would like to farm you. Oh, we got the ISU in front, actually. Bonk. Oh, he's running the single shot low alpha gun. Okay. Well, I could care less. Yep. Oh, wait, he's not. Wait, what? I don't know what shot me then. I'm so confused. How did I get... Wait, did the K2? Oh, I think the K2 shot me. I didn't think he was going to. Interesting. Alright, let's aim it on the Hafen. That, I'm pretty sure, hit him. Could be wrong, but pretty sure it did. What's the DPM of this tank? Yeah, about 2,500. It's not bad DPM at all. I don't understand why we have 2 full health light tanks that are... I mean, our T-49's doing something, but our Swindler is useless, so... I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna sit here and wait. There's no reason that I should poke when it's not my job to. What a view of that juicy SMV booty. Yeah, look at that. Look at that sexy buttocks. Mmm. Well, the ISU is spotted, and T49 gets the clear. That's really all he needed to do. I have a feeling the K2 thinks he's, like, big brain, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna flank behind him. Oh, yeah. Well, there's one shell into your tank, and... Okay. Well, unfortunate. I should have just dumped it. Ah, yes, then the stock swindler decides to move. I mean, this should be an easy win. But we have a stock swindler, so we'll see. T49 is taking a terrible route. Misses. Okay. There's no world this T49 is going to pen the K2 unless he gets to the side. Oh my god, bro. How can he be this bad at the game? This is pretty sad to watch. Well, let's watch our swindler try and kill the Hafen. I have some food with me because I'm a little hungry. So oh, T49 killed the Hafen, but then he died. So it's the stock swindler versus the K2. He's gonna bounce every shot, 100%. Oh, you're doing great. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You should quit the game, seriously. Like, yeah. Wow. Yes, the K2 saying John chat. Let's go take a look at that amazing K2 stats. Oh yeah. 49% with 1400 average damage. 53%. Wait. We gotta look at his tier 10 stats. 44%. 48, 43. How do you play 700 games in one of the best mediums and you do 43%? And then you talk smack when you win a battle. That's pretty crazy, bro. That's like a rare occurrence for you. This swindler, though, holy bad, bro. 17,000 games. Wow. 17,000 games, and that's how he plays. Wow. I got nothing else to say. I have not... How do you play 17,000 battles in this game, and you still suck that bad? Like, bro could legit be, like, an OnlyFans model, because he's really amazing at sucking. Alright. Well, almost done with my, my little... What is this, a croissant? I don't know if it's a croissant. I don't remember what the bun was made out of. Maybe brioche? I don't remember. Either way, it was good. What do you want to see changed the most in the tier 10 rebalance of the year? Well, I already know some of the changes. I'm not allowed to share them, but I already know some of the changes. And personally, I think they are already bad. Wargaming's changing tanks that shouldn't be changed as usual. But it's classic wargaming, so whatever. The only tanks I really want changed are vehicles that aren't good right now. I think some overpowered tanks need to be nerfed, like the WZ-113 GFT. I think the Bosch Option needs a big nerf either on its DPM, maybe down to 2400, and its view range. And remove Spall Liner. You know, things like that. But those are pretty common sense. So it's kind of hard to say what exactly I would like to see changed. I want to see the 5.8 buffed, obviously. I'd like to see the Object 260 buffed. I'd like to see the IS-4 possibly get either more DPM or more mobility. Okay, so they've got nobody over here. Crazy stuff. This is why this game can be goofy sometimes, is you can literally flank the entire map and just finally run into the enemy. Oh, there you go. Nice HE into the side of the E25, clearing him. Might have already been asked, but by Vipera or SMV. I mean, they're both different, and the SMV, as I've said multiple times, is getting nerfed next update, so you might just want to wait for the nerf before you get your opinions on either tank. I mean, I don't really know what this Annihilator thinks he's going to do, but it's not going to be a lot. Okay, he's dead. Is that Vindicator still back there? I know the Vindicator only shoots heat, so it's not like I'm worried. No, that's not the Vindicator. He's got to be right back there. Ah, there he is. Alright. One shell. Let's just do it. Why not? There you go. 900 HP off the Vindicator in 2 seconds. Oh no, you got me. Alright, well, Droodles bonking people live. Yes, sirree, Bob. Alright, let's just push this Centurion. Dracula's gonna clear that player. E50M will be the best. If Wargaming buffs it, which I've been told they will, yeah, the E50M is gonna be a little stupid. I'm interested to see what the Leopard 1 nerf is going to be if Wargaming does end up nerfing the vehicle. And I don't fully disagree with the Leopard getting nerfed, but I also just don't understand why, because it's not one of those tanks that I'm like, oh no, I have to fight a Leopard. It's more like, oh no, you know. That Dracula is making a very aggressive play with very little health. We're just going to drive right over, and there's 1 pen and 2 pens, and long live the Centurion. I mean, that was a good game, 2,600 damage. You can see where the reserve shell is pretty nice. Vipera is autoloader, question mark. I'm always confused when I see comments like that. For 2 reasons. First of all, because I've had a video up for multiple hours now, talking about the tank, showcasing its statistics. Not only that, but I have an even older video from like 2 months ago, breaking into the stats once again on this vehicle, and the fact that it's an auto-reloader. And then, again, you can just see the tank shooting, and you'll know if it's an autoloader. Did I get the 10-year rewards? I did. I mean, press account didn't matter. I don't even know what... I think the press account got like 1-year rewards. The heck is this? I just got an email from Wargaming. We wanted to share with you... Wait, this isn't from Wargaming. Wargame RTS. That's what it is. Okay. I read Wargaming, and I thought it was Wargaming, and that they were sharing me like a new exclusive title, but it's not the case. Alright, let's go over here. I love how our 252 says pay to win as he's driving a 252. Yeah, like what? Yeah, what? I always love that. I always love how stupid people can be. Yo guys, you're pay to win, says Jeff Bezos. I got it last year on the ward. Still a OP premium. Keep crying. There you go. Let's aim it on the brass. Chunk. Ooh, a nice little juicer into his vehicle. Ow. 168. That would probably be... It's definitely a Carnarvon. The problem is, I am alone here. I'm not really sure what to do. Well, what I'm going to try and do is spot them up. I just always love that. Yo, guys, it's pay to win. That you bought a tank that's not even overpowered. He's probably in that bush there. Oh, well. Actually, I don't even know what it was. It could have been the Carnarvon. It could have been the AT. I don't think the AT's fast enough to get there, though. Oh, we got the Dracula. Oh, come on. There you go. Oh, we got a Carnarvon Defender in front of us. I'm just going to sit here and reload. I mean, I know dumping my reserve shell might not have been worth it, but nuking the mediums on that hill is way more important than anything else. And it's just a fact, because nuking the mediums stops them from being able to do anything for the rest of the game, where I'm not really worried about heavies. Like, this is a heavy brawler. What it isn't is a medium brawler. So, nuking the mediums, as I said, is just a super, super important play. We got a nice shell into the Carnarvon Defender, and we're going to reload in 5 seconds. We'll push him. And I don't really care if I get shot, as I said. The tank that shot me. Oh, you know what it is? It's an E25. That's what shot me. I unraveled the mystery. Yep, it's an E25. See ya. Yeah, that's what it is. I was trying to think what that does 100 damage would get there fast enough, and then I actually looked at their lineup. And, that's what it is. Keep crying really digs in people. Oh, it does. It's one of my favorite things to say. Like, I just don't understand how you can be so stupid. And by the way, this is a press account, so I didn't even buy the tank. So, what a moron. That E25 is most definitely over here. See if I can shoot him. Actually, I don't know if the E25's over here anymore. He could have left. Oh, no, he didn't. Ah, it's actually an AT. How does an AT get there fast enough? I don't know. We got one shell into his tank, and we're just going to keep heading towards him. It's not like he can easily pen me. How is it? Oh, my God. And then there's the E25 over there. Okay, crazy. So our game is getting ruined pretty quickly here. Alright, well, let's... yeah, that's really fun. That's really fun. Oh my god, bro. Alright, well, this AT, I'm just gonna hope. That's really all I can do. I'm just gonna hope. Yep. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, we have our shell now, so if the AT pokes us, I can kill him. Okay. I've got nothing to say. I mean, I'm dead. It's not the SMV's fault, I should mention now. There's no world I could have predicted that it was an AT in the frickin' bush, bruh. There's just no way I could have predicted that. I really thought that it was the E25 over here. That's crazy. How fun. Come on, reload. Okay, nice. Come on, poke it. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh well. I didn't do anything wrong. Doesn't the shell reload make it have more DPM? I don't know what you mean by that. Well, we did 3,200, so it's not like I did bad again. Every game I've done fine. There's our amazing 53%. 252. Well, it's just classic wargaming, where even though you are doing 3,000 plus damage in tier 8, you're not allowed to win. Like, think about that. I'm averaging the same damage in this tier 8 as I do in some of my tier 10s, and yet, still can't win. I mean, that's just crazy to me. And of course, we bounce the AT. If we didn't bounce the AT, and we killed him there, we would have been able to turn and hold, but nope. Vipera is worse than the tech tree in the same way the Emil 1951 is worse than the Emil 1. How is this worse than the tech tree, though? I mean, how many times have we gone over that the tech tree's getting nerfed? Like, I don't get it. How many times do I need to say that for people to not listen to me? The tech tree is getting nerfed. Is that loud enough? Did people hear that this time? No? Do you want me to repeat myself again? Tech tree is losing armor and a second off of its reload. So the DPM on the tech tree is going to be very similar to the DPM on the collector. Not really sure where the tech tree... Yes, currently the tech tree is... Oh my god. Currently the tech tree is better if you are looking on raw DPM. However, that's not the case in a very short update, and I'd rather look at stats of what's going to happen to a tank rather than what it currently has. If I told you you're going to buy a car and then it's going to lose 80% of its market value in a year, I don't think you're going to be too happy about that personally. And maybe you wouldn't buy the car. Alright, so we're going to have to wait. I don't actually mind the reserve shell. I kind of like it. You know, like, nuking that SU-130 and then just sitting back and reloading. It's pretty nice. Alright, so let's push the KV-5 a bit. See if we can get some damage out. There you go. Crazy. Why is the SU-130 still allowed to shoot me? I don't know. Alright, let's move over here. And we have the rear of the SMV. We'll just fire standard. Really. Okay. I like how I'm like the only one doing anything. We have the rear of the Progetto. Oh, 1165 into his tank. See, again, that's where like the double shot mechanic is pretty dang deadly. I wish they wouldn't nerf the tech tree. I mean, the tank's overpowered. It needs to be nerfed. Like, that's what I keep explaining to people. The tech tree is overpowered. It does not deserve to be as good as it is. So if you're comparing what I consider to be a fairly balanced collector to a not balanced tech tree, it's not really a fair comparison. Okay. I mean, it's worse because it really isn't just side grade. What? Is the $7 3-container bundle worth it? It's an okay bundle, I guess. I mean, it just really depends on whether you want the tank or not. Like, I always say, wait till they come out cheaper. Like, I got no problems with this tank. I'm doing pretty good in it. 3,200 average damage for 10 games is pretty solid. We haven't fought tier 9s yet, so that is something to keep in mind. But we've been doing pretty good in this vehicle so far. And personally, I have no problems with it. I'm doing just as good in the collector as I would be doing in the tech tree. In fact, I might even be doing better, because there have been multiple situations in this tank where I have high explosive somebody for 1,100, 1,200 damage and just backed in the cover. Think about it. It's pretty insane. So, there are certain situations I like this tank. A lot. What? Why does no tank have 700, 800 alpha on normal shell except Jagdpanzer? The Object 268 is 690 or 680. The T110E3 has 680, I think. The FE2 5B183 is 950. The 60 TP with tungsten has over 700. The VK72 with tungsten has over 700. I'm not sure I agree with that take, I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of tanks around the 700 alpha mark. Okay, let's move over here. We got the Jagdpanther in front, and there's 1, 2. See, this is where I really like that double shot mechanic, because I know there's not a lot of other damaging opponents that I'm going to be able to deal with right now. So I can nuke that Jagdpanther, bring him down to a one-shot, and then just move up. I see that the ISU shoots at my teammate, so it might be smarter if instead of poking him this way, we maneuver over here. Then we can get some damage out to him this way. So let's aim in. There you go. 1, 2. There goes 760 of his tank. That's already 1,500 damage. Like, what the heck? I actually really like this tank. Better not nerf the 60. I will tell you this, Elena. The 60 TP is not getting nerfed. So, you can rest assured the tank will still be very, very strong. I'm actually really happy the 60's not getting nerfed. Look, guys. A tank with 870 health. Not anymore. Will the Dracula help me? That's the question. Well, looks like it doesn't matter, because the Action 10 doesn't care about me. So we've done 3 full dumps now. That's been our game. We've full dumped, reloaded, full dumped, reloaded, full dumped, reloaded, and in that amount of time, I have legitimately ruined the entire enemy team. I mean, we have just dismantled them one at a time. So we got 2 tanks left, and we're going to move over here. Go for Leo. I think that they are where our Scorpion's heading. Oh, there's the SU. Oh, there's the Chimera. Okay. Let's aim in on him. 1 nice shell. What a awful roll, though. 300's literally a mineral. Like, bruh. That's so bad. Alright, well, let's reload again. And there you go. Another shot. And then I'm kind of hoping the Chimera... Okay, 0 damage ram. Classic wargaming moment. 1 pen. 2 pens. And there goes the Chimera. See ya. Again, I really like the reserve shell mechanic on this vehicle. I am a smart enough player that I can know when the reserve shell is worth it and when it isn't. And as you saw multiple times throughout this game, I was able to use and literally abuse the enemy with that reserve shell. I saw the ISU. I knew that there was nobody else near him. Wham, bam, 750 health off his tank. Saw the Yag Panther. Knew there was nobody else near him. Wham, bam, 700 whatever health. 787 and 761 on 2 tanks. That gave me 1500 damage. Then I did it to the Action 10, and then we just shot normally on the Chimera and did 1450. That's a little insane if you ask me. I mean, we're doing pretty good so far. I keep hearing 60 TP players dying. Keep hearing the 60 TP players saying that the tank has no armor. I mean, the 60 TP has incredible armor. It's literally like one of the best tier 10 armor profiles in the game if you use it hull down. Which tank is better, Skoda, Keeler, or Action 10? Well, first of all, I don't know why you'd ever choose a tier 7 over a tier 8. So that's what I'll tell you. But between the Skoda, Keeler, and Action 10, I personally think the Keeler is the best. But the Action 10 is a really good shout as well. It's got 2700 DPM. It's got really, really good armor. It's got solid mobility. It's basically a Super Conqueror in tier 8, which is great. So it's a fun tank. You won't be disappointed. But I kind of think the Keeler is just better in more situations. So I definitely would choose the Keeler personally. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We are going to move up. We got General Zhukov. Whenever somebody chooses the name General Zhukov, Michael Whitman or whatever, they always suck. Always. People, it's usually some old boomer that chooses some historical name because it means something, and then they die 10 seconds into the game. We'll see. Oh my god. That's the classic SMV style accuracy there, where you just miss everything. Alright, well, we gotta reload. And, I knew it. I knew he was gonna be looking at me. But again, we're not allowed to... Wow, there you go. So we fired, what, 4 shells now? All 4 have missed. That's pretty impressive. That's where this tank really feels like you're ripping your teeth out, because... I don't know. We just instantly got, like, the worst RNG I've ever seen. Well, let's reload. At least the T-30 gets shot pretty hard. Let's see if we can help out General Zhukov over here, who's getting absolutely clapped by the Contracaro. Great job, bro. Let's aim it on his tank. There's 1 shell. He's just dead. I'm just going to dump my reserve shell and back out. I mean, who would have guessed that, as I said, the player who has 0 brain cells played with 0 brain cells? What a surprise. This is a loss. I mean, unless our teammates can get some decent shots out over there, this is definitely Jover. Let's reload, and we do have support from the Borsig at least. They're going to roll around this corner, so we got to get that 2nd shell reloaded, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. We only have 3 seconds left. And here we go. We got the defender in front of us. 364. You know what? Let's just dump it. It's going to bring him down all of his health, which is going to stop him from being able to play aggressive for the rest of the game. We do have the WZ-120 in front, and he's obviously going to push the Borsig. Borsig's going to shoot him. Oh, man. This is really bad. Alright, let's see if I can help out here at all. I've got to reload a little longer. 5 seconds, and then we'll have our shell. Our Waffenträger is still alive, which is obviously pretty good. There you go. Easy clear. However, we lose our teammate, and then we got the defender on our rear. Of course we do. We love that. We love that so much. Alright, well, there's 1 and 2. Well, 948. Did as much as I could there. I mean, we took apart that situation well. If we didn't have 8 of our shells in the beginning of that game miss, we would have done fine. It would have been a win as well if our General Zhukov didn't YOLO in and kill himself for no reason, apparently. Which tank is best in the game? Which event? What? There is no best tank. Wow, Waffle. First of all, you fired heat when you could have just fired AP. But not only that, you poked him in such an awful way. This was such an easy win, and our team literally just couldn't do one shot. And you say what tier 10 gets changed the most? I mean, it doesn't really matter. The changes are going to be announced before they happen anyway, so it's not like it's going to affect any of your gameplay. Oh boy, let's take a look. Well, he has over a 50% win rate, but from the performance that he had in the game we just watched, and the fact that he has a 10-year avatar, he's bad. I'm sorry, but if you play like that, I'm calling you bad. I don't care if you're over 50% win rate. Clearly you know, I'm going to bet. I will make a bet with everybody right now that he has 50% win rate because half of his games, or even more than half, are played in tier 5. Let's take a look. Most battles, we got Helsing. Well, we got 2 tanks in tier 10. There you go. KV1. IS. Not as bad as I thought. I mean, I'm actually rather confused because he's not awful. Like, he has multiple tanks that are over 2,000 damage in tier 10. So I take it back. He's not actually awful at the game. I just don't know why he made that play. Like, why would you... If you're a player who's smart enough to average over 2,000 damage in tier 10, and then that's what you do, how does that correlate? I mean, what? That's like being able to throw a baseball, like, 100 feet, and then you trip and fall and hit your face when you try to throw it the next time. You cost the game because you missed 4. I didn't miss 4. Let's clarify that right now. I aimed my shots fine and pressed the fire button when I should have leaded my shots properly. So I didn't do anything wrong there. Like, I always find that interesting when people are like, oh, you lost the team the game because you missed shots. No, I didn't miss those shots. I aimed properly. That's not my fault. And I didn't lose the team the game. Again, it's always interesting how people find that self-righteousness where they think, oh, well, you know, Droodles in a tier 8, when thrown in a tier 9 battle, did top on the team in damage right up there next to the Waffle. Did 2,800, held, helped with the Borsig, bled out the enemy, did everything he could with the situation that he was handled. Did second on the team, but it's his fault because he missed shots. That the game was a loss. Not that he had multiple teammates that instantly YOLO'd in a tier 9 that did 300 damage. No. It's his fault because of the fact that he missed 4 shots. It's like those games where I'll deal like 5,000 damage and complain about my teammates not doing their job, and then I'll get blamed because I could have done more. Like, what? How does that correlate anything to what happened there? Doing 2,800 damage in a tier 8 should be more than enough to win a result. Whether or not I miss a couple shots. That's just the fact. Well, we got the T-25 pilot. We get 1 shell into him there. And we're going to keep moving up. Have a good stream. Have a good one, Palm Tree McGee. Push. I mean, you guys are the mobile ones. What are you doing, Barask? You're telling us to push, and you're camping in spawn in a light tank, essentially. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Oh, yeah, but your 6 damage high explosive really got him good. I have covered more distance in an Italian heavily armored TD than you have in your light tank, basically. Like, bruh. Okay. Oh, there's 1 shell. I'm not going to dump the reserve right now. I don't see a reason to. Especially because I can drive up now and get 1. Well, not able to get him with the second one, but that's fine. We still got a pretty decent juicer into his vehicle. We have the enemy of Vipera in front of me, and... Oh, okay, he just... Okay, that made 0 sense in any world, but alright. Okay. I just don't know how he saw my hull when I couldn't see his. We're the same tank. I'm not going to shoot him because the Barask is behind him. I'm just going to ignore him. There's 1 shell. See ya. You forgot about my reserve shell, didn't you? Crazy. Why am I the only one getting shot? I mean, we did fine, so it's not like it's a big deal. It's just kind of goofy. Alright. Well, pretty good game. Nothing crazy, but we won. And, I mean, that's really all there is to say. I like this tank. Like, I'm actually surprised because, oh, bro, when I tested it, it was kind of mid. Because it had, like, 2200 DPM. And it was such a DPM difference that there was just no reason to drive this tank. But the gun on this vehicle feels way more than the gun on... It just feels way better than the gun on the tech tree. It's more accurate. And that's saying a lot, because this gun's not that accurate, but it's still way more accurate than the gun on the other one. AI, artificial intelligence algorithms in chat? Huh? What are we talking about here? I need your opinion on the VK90. VK90 is great. It's got solid DPM. It's got really good penetration. It's kind of got everything. Alright, let's make our way over here. Is ROM Panzer worth getting? How much gold is it? I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you how much gold I think it's worth. I'd say about 7,500 gold is an okay price for the ROM Panzer. So if you want the tank, I think that's a decent deal for it. It's a fun vehicle. I'd just recommend to watch my review on it if you want, you know, an idea of how it plays. One thing I love about Tier 8 tank destroyers, especially one like this that's heavily armored, is that I have enough pen to easily cut through vehicles like the VZ51. It just makes life so much easier because... crazy. I'm going to be the one shot. Really? Really? You're just going to sit there and you're going to let him poke me. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright. No, yeah. Why would you guys help me kill him? No. Why would you be an effective team? I'll take every shot for everyone here, and I'll make sure that, you know, I kiss you goodnight, and, yeah, you know, crazy stuff, bro. There you go, one shell into the T-34. Got tanks on my side. SMV gonna push up, finally? You gonna do something? That was real hard, you know? That's such a challenging move to make, and of course I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. Well, I got the clear on him. I just... Notice how I'm always the only one shot. Full health, full health, full health. I'm the only one shot. I just don't ever get it. And it's not like I'm playing aggressive. Like, yes, I am playing more aggressive than, you know, somebody else on our team. But I'm not going out of my way to be necessarily incredibly aggressive here. It just seems like I'm always the one being shot at. It's so incredibly cringe. Alright, well, let's move over here and see if we can get some damage maybe into the leopard. Aiming. Okay, the shell just disappeared into nowhere. That made literally 0 sense. Got the boss shotty on Barask. See if we can get any damage out, possibly. SMV's trying to shoot me. We got the IS-3 in front. There's one. There's two. I mean, we did 2,900 again. There's our full health T-77 and full health SMV. If these guys just pushed, we would have won. If this guy had just pushed the T-34 and he had gotten hull down against him, and my team had just pushed the VZ51, it would have been a win. Because I would have been full health, and this wouldn't be happening. But this is what happens when you don't do your job. Bro, curious, you are the most useless mod. There. Bro, I don't care about Gnar. Like, I don't know why this is something that's, like, being talked about on the channel. Like, bro's just an annoying... Like, it just... Why does my opinion on Gnar matter? I already shared my opinion on the whole situation and how I feel. Bro, shoot him! It's not that hard, SMV. It's not that hard. You press the fire button when he's on reload. Crazy revelation there. Do you think they will add the EBR 105 or German light tank? Oh my god, Semovente, you are just so bad, bro. Well, that's why he didn't help me with the T-34. Is 20,000 gold for the VK90 worth it? I mean, the average tier 8 or tier 10 is going to be around that price. Don't H him, just shoot, just shoot. You need to reload your clip, bro. I mean, the Barask isn't going to be able to kill you. Not yet, but... Imagine if the SMV had shot him there. Crazy. Well, make your bet. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Let's take a look at my email. It's AT&T. Check out this online-only back-to-school offer. Get $150 off a new line with an eligible unlimited plan. Don't care. Curious versus Droodles. Bruh. Randoms carrying. Yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna carry. I mean, oh, maybe he will. Maybe he will. All the T-77 needs to do is load HE. I don't think he's gonna. All he needs to do is push up. He needs to push up to the rock so we can proxy spot him. Because if the Brask runs away, he won't see him. Bruh. What did Curious mute? No. This could be anyone's game. Now what's going to happen is both of these guys are going to sit here for the next 30 minutes. All the T-77 needs to do is sit still and wait. It's not challenging. And you're backing up and you're giving him the opportunity. Bro, just... Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is why I get frustrated at the game. Because... Why are you backing up? You are allowing this Barask to possibly leave because you're not just sitting and waiting. Look, what are you doing? What are you doing? He cannot leave that rock. He cannot leave that position if you simply just sit there and spot it. But you're so freaking stupid that instead of just sitting there and spotting the position, you're backing up and giving him the opportunity to leave. There you go. You threw the game. Congrats, bro. Congrats. All you had to do was push up to the rock and spot him and make sure that he couldn't leave. But what did you do? You said, no, I'm in a tank that suffers in mobility compared to a mobile light tank, so I'm going to make sure that he has plenty of room to leave. Why would you do that? You did such a good job carrying the game. You did 3,500 damage. You're a decent player. And then you just throw it because you don't have a brain cell at the end of the battle. It's so disappointing to watch such a simple game be thrown. Sure, pushing up to the rock gives the Barask the opportunity to see where you are as well. But I would rather know where a light tank is that can outmaneuver me and outspot me than not knowing where the light tank is. Especially because you can probably just load a high explosive shell, shoot him anywhere in the track, and it would kill him. Oh my God. It's just use your brain. Like, use your brain. It's not hard to use it. So easy to predict what was going to happen there. Bruh. And I thought we were going to win. The T-77 did such a good job bringing it back and then just threw it. What do you think about the new balance changes, bro? I keep saying that I'm not allowed to talk about them. Like, every single time people ask me, I keep saying the same thing. If you want my opinion on the balance changes, I think Wargaming is dog shit and should stop rebalancing every single freaking tank in the game every 8 months and should just work on balancing the tanks that need changing, and that's it. Leave the rest the same. But instead, Wargaming rebalances every single tank every single 8 months or whatever. That way, they just make random vehicles overpowered because they don't know how to balance the game. Look what they did last time they rebalanced Tier 10. They made the WZ-113 GFT so overpowered that it was the only tank used in comp. So I guarantee you Wargaming is going to do something stupid like that again, where they don't know how to balance the game, and they allow some Tier 8 to be the most overpowered tank in the game. They do it every... or not Tier 8, Tier 10. They do it every time. It's really cringe. They need to learn how to balance the game, or stop rebalancing every tank at once. There's one. There's two. Crazy. I'm so surprised that they have some tank destroyer sitting in the back. Oh, am I going to get YOLO'd? Remember, if Droodles makes a play, he gets YOLO'd. Even though I have multiple teammates behind me, I'm going to get YOLO'd for doing nothing. Wow, K2, you're so skilled. Look, guys, I'm Droodles. That's why I'm gonna get YOLO'd for no reason. Huh? Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. There's one. Ah, of course, 379. Game would have screwed me there. But thankfully, that's what I always love about the reserve shell mechanic in this game. If Wargaming wants to make the reserve shell mechanic actually useful, they need to make it so you can't low roll. That's as simple as it is. If they made it so your reserve shot was guaranteed to roll your average damage, it would be fine. Because then you wouldn't be stuck in a situation where your shell would screw you when you need it to do whatever your average damage is. Like, that E75 TS, if I was in a situation where it was a 1v1, and I said, oh look, I'm about to die, I need to dump my reserve shell. If I low roll that shot, my game's over. That's just it. Your game's over, because you've sacrificed 27 seconds, or 20 seconds, I guess, to get another shell back. Alright. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me how many games we're losing today, even though we're literally going 3K every single battle. Like, the lowest damage I've done so far on stream was 2,500, but that was a victory. The lowest I've done on defeat was 2,800, 2,900, I think. Like, bro, I'm averaging literally like 3K every game, and yet our teams are just sucking. They really are. Oh, there's the Leopard. We have the WZ-111 pushing up. Oh, unfortunate. Of course, he gets spotted the moment I don't have the gun elevation to hit him. There you go. 22 damage. I hit the most goated shot when it doesn't matter. Unfortunate. Alright, let's move up. And maybe we can get some damage into the Leopard PTA. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the WZ-111's obviously going to push up on him. And we're also going to push up on him here. Or at least we're going to try. God, this tank is slow uphill. Holy bruh. Oh my god. Alright, well finally, 18 years later after driving, we've been able to climb up the hill. And, well, we still haven't gotten a single shot out. And there you go. And there you go. Well, we still got 2 shells out, so at least there's that. We did 3,300. I mean, it's not like we did bad. Again, like every game we're doing over 3,000. Is this the balls tank? What? What does that even mean? The balls tank. We aced this game? I mean, I guess I got 2,000 assistance, which is 5,300 combined, but still, like, what did I do in this battle that resulted in me getting an ace? So confused. Is the CDC underrated? I personally don't like the CDC that much. Because the tank, there's 2 problems with the CDC. First of all, it was really good when it was first released, but that was like 5-6 years ago, right? And it's one of those tanks that really just has not done with the changing metas very well. It's massive, which means it has very poor camo values for a medium. Not only that, but it has 30 millimeters of frontal protection, which means that literally every shot that hits you is going to pen you. So, again, kinda sucks. So, and the other thing that sucks about the CDC is that it has no accuracy on move. Like, it's probably about as bad on move as this tank is. And the problem is the CDC doesn't have armor. So, if you're trying to get bounces, it's never going to happen. And if you're trying to aim in, it's just, I don't know. It's a bad combination if you ask me. I just do not like the CDC in its current state. If they buff the on-movement dispersion, it would be really good. But its current state with the on-movement dispersion being so mid for a tank that only has 225 damage per shot, I think if they just buff the on-move, it would be really, really good. So we're going to make our way hull down to the base cap. We have 11 degrees of gun depression, so it's not like it's a problem at all for me. There's the Dracula, and oh my god, what was that? Maybe that was my fault, but I don't know, it was kind of goofy. Kind of goofy. Alright, well the Dracula's gonna run. I mean, we still got the assistance anyway. We're the only person that spotted the Dracula, so we literally got him killed anyway, so I can't get too mad about that. I don't know where their team is. Oh, there's the Swindler, and there's a nice HE, 512 into his rear. We have the 53 TP on the side. Oh, what are you doing, Swindler? What are you doing, bro? Alright, let's just aim it on the 53. There's one. I don't see a reason to dump it when there's, like, nobody else here, so we're just gonna wait, shoot him again. There you go. And then we'll dump it. There you go. 806, pretty good. And then we'll make our way over here. And we'll reload our clip, obviously. How's the team already capturing the base? Well, that's why, because it's a Dracula in the base. In other words, a big old doofus. Alright, well, at this point... actually, we have the ISU over here. Great shot from the ISU. You know, you really got that wall good, bro. You really did an outstanding job shooting the wall. Alright, let's just move up. I could care less if the ISU shoots me or not. You know what's really funny is that we literally just nuke this ISU. Because, again, we feature the double shot mechanic, and you're going to watch that. We shoot him once, 390. Shoot him twice, 755. And then we ignore him. Goodbye. See ya. There's one. There's two. And he's gone. I mean, this tank just nukes. It really does. And you can see, again, we're going to have our clip reloaded very soon here. We have to wait a couple seconds, and I'm just going to wait. I'm going to let the Skoda... of course, he's going to go for damage instead of helping me. Why would you help me? Instead, just let me get clipped in the rear, right? Yeah, thank you, bro. If I die because of you, I'm going to be hella pissed. Yeah, wow, thanks. Thanks, Cracker. This is why, again, I don't like people like you. Because instead of helping me, and instead of... Sorry? No, I don't accept that apology. You're not sorry. You're sorry that you got caught. That's the difference. It's like people that, like, get caught for robbing a store, and then say, oh, sorry, after they get caught. They weren't sorry until they got caught. You literally are in a medium. You would have lost no damage from shooting that guy. Like, I was on reload, so there was no reason I should have gone for him. You had a full clip. You had the opportunity to literally kill him, and then still dump your final shell into the K2. You would have lost 100 damage from your clip, because the guy had 350 health. And instead, you said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to screw Droodles and let him die, and in return, farm the K2. So, again, you keep wondering why I'm getting a little salty with you, and you keep playing like a douche. You keep going for damage rather than literally picking up a kill, which still would have given you damage, and not killed me. I don't get it. I really don't. Really cringe, bruh. I don't even care that I died. It's just the fact that you literally screwed me for no reason. I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Next time you need help, I'm just going to sit there and go for damage. Mr. Beast issues a final warning. Have you guys seen all of this crazy Mr. Beast stuff? You could have shot the Swindler yourself. Yeah, except I was on reload and he wasn't. It's a little different there, bruh. It's a little different. I've seen you mauled about me in the past as well, but I don't have a clip loaded in that situation. He does. So you're telling me, let me just confirm this with you, Howitzer. You're telling me, right, that what I should have done is I should have dumped my reserve shell and nuked my DPM so I could get no damage in the K2, so that my teammate can farm the K2, who had a clip, who doesn't lose DPM from shooting him. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that I should have dumped my reserve shell to kill that player when I had a perfectly good teammate who was smart enough to do it, and instead I should have dumped my reserve shell to get the kill. That's what I should have done. See the difference between a smart player and me. I don't know what to say, bro. I really don't. It's just, it's this self-entitlement. Like, I don't understand how you can come to the thought process that I played that wrong when I literally did not have my second shell in that situation and had just finally loaded my second shell when I got to the K2. Like, I just don't understand any world where you're going to tell me I was in the wrong there. Like, seriously, how can you defend that? How can you defend that point of view? Well, we'll go back and watch the replay if you really want to argue it, but it's just crazy how you can act like that I was in the wrong there, bro. Mr. Beast pulling that is insane. Mr. Beast has literally turned into the person that everybody hates on. Like, you know the content creators, like, who's that, arcade gamer that played, like, Donkey Kong and, one sec, let me shoot the panther once. Who's that arcade guy who played Donkey Kong and set the world record or whatever, even though he cheated, and, he, like, issues fake DMCA takedowns on the channels? It's the exact... It's the exact same thing. See, now this is a good situation of where the double shot works well, because normally this Panther would be able to get all of my health, but because I use the double shot, I'm able to clear him. And that's exactly what we did, though. Here's my argument: we were going to win, so why not go for max damage? Because maybe be, like, not a douchebag. It's not an argument. Again, it's an excuse. Like, if I were in that situation, there's no world I would have just let the swindler there die. I don't... It's not like you lost damage for shooting. Let's just go back and watch that again, okay? If I'm not mistaken, the swindler had, what, 350 health, and you deal 440 in 2 shots. So you would have lost about 70 damage in that game. Really. 70 damage. 70 damage was worth killing your teammate over. I don't know what to tell you, bruh. I don't know what to tell you. I fully expected you to go and kill him, and that's why I didn't even bother. And then I just saw you drive right past. Like, it's just crazy. I'll remember that. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll remember that. Like, let's... Alright, let's go back, Howitzer. You know, let's go back. So, I have 4 seconds left on my reload, right? Let's just confirm this, Howitzer. I have 4 seconds left on my reload. And I have a Skoda T27 who literally could have rammed the swindler and shot him once and killed him, and then dumped his final 2 shells into the K2. I am now reloading my second shell. So you're telling me what I should have done is I should have dumped my reserve shell into the swindler, had 0 DPM, and let my teammate get rewarded off of being stingy. That's what you're telling me. Okay, just needed to confirm that. It's my fault. You're right. What's funny, Howitzer, is that I actually got more damage shooting the K2 than I would have shooting the swindler, even with the decision I made. So I still made the right decision. I literally did more damage shooting the K2 than I literally would have shooting the swindler. So in both situations, I still did the right move, because either way, I still got more damage out. That's all there is. I just find it crazy when you see comments like, oh, well, you should have shot him. I'm mad at most Howitzer. I am. Cracker was just a douche and did classic, oh, I need damage in my tier 8 because it's such an important thing to get out damage. But I've seen Howitzer comment on other channels in the past, because I remember everything. Like, I have a good memory when it comes to people who try to trash talk. And I've seen him in the past try to trash talk me on other channels and other comments and things like that. And then bro comes into my stream, acts like I'm in the wrong. Go somewhere else. Like, just go somewhere else. I'm sick and tired of dealing with just dumb comments. I really am. As I always say, I'm not that person you want to argue with, because as much as I go for damage, as I always say, I only go for damage if it's not going to affect teammates around me. If I see a teammate dying next to me, I'm not going to take a shot for them. That's true. And I've said that many times in the past. If I see somebody dying in front of me, let's say this ISU decides to YOLO out in the open and kill himself. I'm not going to drive out into the open and save him. That's not happening. It's not my job. It's not my job to save a teammate. However, if I see that there's an easy clear in front of me, I'm going to kill that tank. I'm not just going to be like, oh, let me ignore him. That's the point. Chat is wild as always. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I'm so sick and tired of seeing comments from people that always act like they would have done everything right in every situation, and they average 8,000 average damage, and they know everything about the game. And I'm the player, the noob, who doesn't know what I'm doing. I'm always in the wrong. I never admit to my mistakes, you know. I'm hypocritical, I'm egotistical. Nah. He hasn't even replied once. Like, he has not made a single comment after what I said. Like, you gonna say anything? Or are you gonna go mauled about me on Reddit? Or go type in on another channel why you don't like me as usual? Go over to Martimate and be like, oh, I don't like Droodles because he proved me wrong. I'm just sick and tired of seeing comments like that. I don't let them get to me. I just let people know my stance. Of course. Of course. Why should I be the only one doing anything as usual? This is a great example here. What am I supposed to do to help my teammates here? Well, what I'm first of all going to do is shoot the WZ. And then I'm not going to waste a shell on you. I'm not going to. There you go. Haters can't be content creators for real. It's just always biased. Oh, always. Yeah. Content creators aren't allowed to stand for their... This is the difference between me and other people, and it's why I personally think my channel has grown a lot, and it's because I just don't take crap from other people. That's why there's a lot of people that don't like me, but I find it crazy how people try to say, oh, I'm in the wrong, when, like, there's no actual argument you can make to why I'm in the wrong. It's just, oh yeah, I should be Mother Teresa, and everything I should do should be for the people. You know, I'm a content creator, so I'm not allowed to have an opinion. I'm just a Muppet that has to spread cheer. It's so silly. Alright, let's aim it on the 452. There's one, there's two, and then we'll start heading in. Like, even in this game, how is my team losing this? You were right. You're doing a good job listening. I'm sick and tired of seeing the comments like that. And then they run away. Then they don't ever type anything again. As I said, you'll see him commenting on another YouTuber's channel. 100%. 100%. Go look on some other YouTuber's channel that doesn't like me. You'll see him there. This is why I have haters, because I put them in their place, and they can't deal with the fact that they've been wronged. Alright, let's reload. Watch this. 450. Oh, 480. That's a lot of damage there. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. See, this is where, again, dumping the reserve shell really doesn't have a downside, because I can literally just dump it, and then back on up like I'm doing here. And, oh, but that IS-3, definitely a bit of a sussler tank. Okay, we're all good. So we just got to reload a little bit longer here. Oh my god, this Sama has 0 brain cells, bro. Alright, well, oh my... See, this is the SMV, though. This is what happens. The game just says, oh, you're doing good? You're not allowed to anymore. Alright, and there you go. Alright, he got shot. Let's see, the IS-3's over here. He gets shot. And that brings both of them down to 1 shot. It's 5,000 damage this game. Okay. You just showed the proper way when to use your reserve shell. No, I always calculate whenever I'm playing when and when I should not use my reserve shell. Like, that's always... Every time I'm pressing the battle button, I'm always thinking of... the benefits and downsides of what happens, you know? Like, when I'm shooting that Sama with 2 HEs, this is what you have to think of, right? Is it worth it to dump the reserve shell, or should I just back up and reload? Personally, I would rather lower the Sama down to an amount of health that I could possibly 2-shot, especially if I know I have time to back up. Sama was not looking at me. I knew he didn't have shells, and he was not a threat. So I knew I could dump my 2 shots, back in the cover, reload. In that situation, it worked pretty well. 5,200 damage. There you go. I mean, we're doing very good in this tank. We are averaging 3,257 damage, 73% win rate. We're doing pretty good, especially for solo gameplay. Okay. Sometimes you do sound egotistical, however, you can actually do what you say you can, and then you prove it. Yeah, that's what happens. A lot of people think because I post videos that, like, aren't necessarily all based on skill. Like, I post a lot of update videos, you know? And, like, every other YouTuber tries to hate on me and say, like, oh, I'm the dollar store YouTuber because I'm always posting 2 videos a day and I spam content and, oh, I use clickbait even though I don't. But, you know, things like that. Which I always find crazy because I'm literally, as I always say, I'm the only, you know, these other content creators get mad and they say, oh, I don't post quality content, when I'm literally the only content creator that's posting news on this game. Like, you can look at any video I've made on news, and I've been right, because the people I have helping me get the, you know, the information and data on this game are never wrong. Like, literally never wrong. Also, that was a really unfortunate shot. But I don't make things up. And it's not only that, but, like, I'm literally one of the top players on the server. And people will say, oh, that's egotistical to say. Is it, though? Like, I don't understand how saying that's egotistical. Bruh. I want to shoot him, but I can't. Because I know if I shoot him, I'm gonna, you know, lose all my DPM. This is where saving that reserve shell is much smarter of a play, because I know for a fact that if I use... Okay. See, now that situation, I don't mind dumping it, because we bring a full health T-2020 down to 40 health. And that stops him from being able to play literally the rest of the battle. So we have taken him out of the game, essentially, is what we've done. Now we're just going to back up. Shkoda gets the clear. We're going to reload. We got a couple seconds left. But yeah, reserve shell mechanic is really good if you know when to use it. If you don't, it's really bad. But if you play properly like I have been, it's going to work out really well for you. Okay, bro. See ya. I cannot believe that he was able to just snap that. Look at all those shots. They're all on the corner. But, again, the reserve shell, it comes in clutch. If you know when to use it, it works really well. And I have to say, I actually think this tank's better than the tech tree. I wasn't sure how I felt about it when first playing, but I definitely think after messing around with it for a while now, I think that this tank is better than the tech tree. I've been able to deal so much damage because of that second shell. Having 2 shots is just better than 1, because sure, you might not have the DPM that exact moment, but you still have plenty of DPM. I have 2,500 effective DPM in this tank. And when I need more damage per minute, I just dump the reserve shell. Like, technically dumping the reserve shell does lower your DPM, but it also hires it by a lot. A lot. Like, you go from 2,500 damage per minute effective to 2,900 when you shoot that shell. Then your DPM obviously goes down to half, but when you shoot that shot, you nuke whatever is in front of you. So a tank, like the average tier 8 has, let's say like a tank destroyer has 1,200 health. I can shoot that TD once, take 400 off, bring it down to 800. Then I can load in my second shell and kill it. That's crazy. That means I can kill a full health tier 8 in 15 seconds. And that's crazy. There you go, another 3,300 damage game. I mean, literally, we have just been rolling the enemy. 20 games now. 74%, 3,260 average damage. You are the only content creator who is consistent in posting more than 1 video a day. Your knowledge of the game and maps is phenomenal, as are your strat sketch episodes. I mean, I just try to make sure that people learn how to play the game, and I also make sure that people learn from their mistakes. And what I've learned, I mean, there's 2 options of YouTube content creation, right? The 2 options are take the fatness route or take the moist critical route. The fatness route is where, you know, you're kind of like Mr. Rogers, and everybody likes you. You never say anything that people can get upset about. You don't call people out. You're happy, and you just play the game. That's the one route. Or you can take the route that I choose, which is more like the moist critical Asmongold route, where I'm just going to say what I feel, and if you disagree with that and you take offense to that, well, then this isn't the channel for you. So that's really as simple as it is. I don't have a problem with people that are bad at the game. I've said that many times in the past. I have a problem when people don't either A, help their team, or B, make stupid comments and then think that what they're saying is right and everybody else around them's wrong, and that, oh, you know, it's just things like that that get me really frustrated. Especially when I see repeat offenders of it. That's when it's really goofy. Unfortunate. It was like a 50-50 whether that shot was going to hit or not. And, well, we roll the die, we lost. Well, we got that Pantera still in the back, and there you go, one shell. See, this is where dumping the reserve shell is a dub, because I know that I'm not really going to be able to shoot that Pantera anymore. He's just going to leave. And there's really no reason for me to play aggressive. Now, I didn't know they had an Action 10 or the AMX camping in their spawn, but it's still not that big of a deal. We're going to reload. Okay, what am I looking at here, bro? I'm really tempted to shoot an HE into the side of the AMX, but it's not worth it. We're just going to reload. We're going to move up over here, and we're going to aim it on the Action 10. There you go, 419. We're already up to 1,180 damage anyway, which is pretty good. Then we're going to reload again. We got the side of the AMX. We actually could have HE'd him there, but doesn't really matter. This is where using the single shot DPM is pretty good, though. We get shot by the G-Sor. Get a clear into you. AMX thinks he's special. He's dead. Great job, bro. You really got me. So we're at 2,000 damage now. Are we going to get a lot more? Probably not. I mean, we dumped our reserve, and all the tanks left on their team really don't have much health. I guess we could go for the SMV. Definitely the healthiest player on their team that we could go for. Also have the Pantera behind us. I'm kind of hoping that the Skoda bounces him. That's really the best. Yes. Oh, but the T-49's rolling behind. Well, we got one shell, and we get two. Oh, well, T-49 didn't even shoot him. Interesting. Well, there you go. We still did a pretty good job this game. Okay. Well, there you go. That was a good battle. Yeah, we did good. Calculating off the right moment for the best defensive tactic during a battle. Well, for any tank that's like this, you always have to decide when is the right time to dump your reserve shell. In my mind, I don't mind dumping it because it's not a problem, right? If I'm in a situation where I see my team is holding fine, and I know that if I dump my shells, I have to reload for 27 seconds. In that amount of time, if I think that I'm going to need to shoot people, then I'm going to back up, and I'm not going to shoot the reserve shell, and I'm just going to shoot once, reload, shoot once, reload. If I'm in a situation where I see I have free damage in front of me, and I want to nuke a player because they think they're getting away with playing aggressive, bam, bam, 800 off of them. I don't mind waiting a little longer to get my shells back if I know that what I have done is completely stopped that player from being able to do anything. As I said, I can take a full health tank like a Scorpion G on their team, or even an SMV, a Barask, and bring it down to 400 health, which is insane. And then I can just back up. And if I have support from my team, then it's not a problem. It's not a downside. That's what you have to remember. So I don't mind dumping the reserve shell if I know that I'm going to have plenty of time to back in the cover, reload, and poke back out again. Melvin's back. I don't have a problem with Melvin. I just don't know why he had to play like a douche. That's all I said. Like, he knows what he did was wrong. It's that simple. I mean, there's not much more to say. It's on stream, so it's not really my problem anymore. I said what I needed to say, and I don't think he's a terrible human for doing it, but it does make me look down on him a little. It's just you know that you can't trust those people anymore. I have a personal bank of memories on players that I know that I can trust and that I can't trust. And if I see a name that, you know, if somebody's like, oh, hey, Droodles, I'll usually remember their name. And if I see that they're just going to not support me in a battle, I'm obviously going to remember that in the future, and I'm not going to support them. Like, that's as simple as it is. Because if I know they're not going to help me in such a frugal situation like that, what's going to happen when I actually need their help? Are they just going to leave me to die? Probably. So, that's where I always remember people. Should have sold your soul to Wargaming 10 years ago. I did. I have the 10-year, on my old account. All right, we have the T-77. Yeah, who's the real double shot autoloader, huh? Yeah, it's not so fun, is it? Nope, bye-bye. See, this is a great example of where dumping the reserve shell doesn't really matter. T-77 is one of the most dangerous tanks in the game. Bringing a full health, or should I say fairly healthy, tank destroyer, or in that case heavy, down to a one-shot for my team to kill, that's huge if you ask me. And, again, dumping the shells, lowering my DPM has not affected my battle at all. People always try to act like, oh, you need DPM to do well. No, you don't. You don't need DPM at all to do well. Like, aw, crap. See, now that's a situation where dumping a reserve shell does make you hate life. But, like, we've been doing fine. And again, we don't need the DPM right now. We don't rely on it. Actually, I'm just going to push this Brask. I'm going to make sure that this Brask doesn't know what to do. That's the best play to make right here. So, let's move up. And let's just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. What are you going to do, buddy? Huh? What are you going to do? Yep. There's a 541 and a 554. See, this game, I've literally dumped my reserve shell every second I could. And guess what? We're at 3,300 damage. And that's even with being very unlucky and dumping the shell when I didn't need to. Because the ISU got the clear. But, again, it has not affected my damage per minute output. And it's a great example of saying that damage per minute is not everything. People act like it is. People are like, oh, if you're driving the Leopard, you're so much better off than a 30B. Are you? Like, are you really? Now, this is a good example of where I'm not going to kill a low-health tank. And, you know, you might see somebody like Howitzer come into the chat and be like, oh my god, you didn't kill the IS-3, you're such a hypocrite. No, I'm not a hypocrite. Because the IS-3 was never going to be a threat to anybody on my team. And it would have lowered my effective damage output. In that situation, nobody gets hurt. The IS-3 had no chance of killing anybody around me. And I didn't hurt anybody for getting that kill. It wasn't anything that was a problem. And I took the shot from the IS-3 to shoot the M3O. So I not only took the shot for my team, but I then killed the Yo, which is an arguably more dangerous tank. Not that it mattered, that was a win either way. But the point being, that is a situation where going for damage does not affect anybody on the team but me. However, if that was a different case, and it was an ISU, I probably would have killed the ISU before going for the Yo. It's that simple. You gauge what is a threat, and you decide, based on what is in front of you, what you should kill and what you shouldn't. Very simple stuff. Very simple stuff. So, this game, for example, 4,200 damage. We literally dumped our reserve shell every single moment we could. Again, it's a great example of how DPM is not the most important value in the game. Very simple. Who would... What? Who would want just more damage? Rules. What? What am I even reading, bro? Why is everyone hating Melvin so hard? Probably because he keeps talking about it. Alright, well, let's keep going. I'm gonna do, maybe 2 more games. We'll see. Let's see. We're at 1 hour and 18 minutes. Alright, yeah, we'll do 2 more games, then we'll call it off. Please answer me. Answer you on what? What am I answering you on? I haven't seen you play rating battles. Because ratings is boring. It takes longer to get into battle, and it's not fun. That's why. I don't see a reason why I would play ratings. I will give you attention all night, yes. Mobility looks better. The mobility, if you're referring to this over the tech tree, yes, the mobility is better. It's quite a bit better. What is the DPM dumping the reserve shell and reloading the clip? The DPM dumping the reserve shell. Well, it's a 20-second reload versus a 7.7-second reload. Well, no, it's a little longer than 7 because there's a 2-second intro clip, so it's 9 seconds. So it's about half. So your DPM goes from 2,500 to 1,250. So that's your DPM there. It's 20, you can get, yeah, it's about 1,200 DPM if you dump. So that's about what it is. It's not a lot, but You get out a lot of damage very quickly. And, as I've said in the past, this is basically a double shot yo. I mean, that's what it is. I'm playing it like a double shot yo. Oh, crazy. There you go. We love that. We love that. Alright, well, you still lost the trade. Pretty impressive that you did, but somehow you managed to lose that trade. Let's just push up on the Death Star and see if we can get some damage out. See ya. Alright. So now this is the situation where not dumping the reserve shell, holding the shot, and playing passive is a lot smarter. There we go, one shell. And then we reload. Turn our turret towards the RU. He doesn't pen me. And his game's basically over. Oh, we got the Progetto. There's one. Again, tempted to dump it, but in this situation, I know that if I dump it, I'm going to be losing out a lot of effective DPM, so there's no reason to. But now, I am going to, because I can lower the Progetto to a one-shot, and now my team can push up, and they can help out clearing these players. So, really just depends on when I'm going to do it. At this point, I'm going to ignore these players. I'm going to push the RU-251 if I can. We'll see if I can get that shell out. Oh, and I dumped the reserve shell for that. Big sad. Big, big sad. Oh well. I mean, we're not going to get any more damage this game, but it's not really the tank's fault. It's just that the tanks are off in China, and we're all the way over here. So, we'll see. We will see. Full speed ahead. I mean, maybe we could shoot the RU. You know, actually, we might be able to get a little bit more out. There's the RU. And he's going to run right into the open. There's one. There's two. There you go. That's the SMV. 3,100 damage, just like that. I'm telling you, this tank is actually a little insane. Droodles check DMs. Uh-oh. Hammer Time sent me some fembussy. Alright, well, we're going to reload. And 3, 2, 1. There you go, 540. See that situation there? Obviously, I'm going to dump my reserve shell. And 3,600 damage. I mean, I actually am really surprised on how capable this tank is. We aced it again, which means we earned another 170,000 credits. I've aced the tank quite a few times at this point, right? Yeah, 7 aces out of 22 games. That means we've earned an additional 700,000 credits. One thing I don't like about Clippers is they are nor very consistent. In some games you win trades, in other one-shot heavies just destroy you. I don't ever think there's a situation where one-shot tanks are a threat to me, ever. Like, really, I just... Auto-loaders are flat better than single shots. It's pretty simple, especially auto-reloaders. This is a single-shot tank. Like, that's as simple as it is. This is a single-shot tank. When you are driving this vehicle, you are firing it with the reserve shell only, and you have 2,500 DPM. That's just as much as any other... Actually, it's more. The average heavy has about 1,900 to 2,000 DPM. So, it's pretty simple. And if you dump the reserve shell, you do lose DPM, but again, this auto-reloaders, I've said it so many times in the past, and I'll keep saying it. Auto-reloaders are the most overpowered type of vehicle in the game, because they are impossible to push. I can use this tank like a single shot, and I will beat you every single time. And then I can use the reserve shell when I want to, and I'll absolutely clap your cheeks. How do you counter that? How do you counter a tank that has more base DPM than you in Tier 8? And then it also gets a free shell that it can just nuke you with at the end of the brawl. Think of it like that. So, personally, I think that this tank is stronger than a lot of single-shot tanks. That made no sense. That was a perfect shell. And it just bounced. Okay. Well, let's move up. I'm a little worried that I might get shot in the side. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, we're good. Oof. It's a Sussler crossing to make there. But we're all good. Give the enemy WZ. There you go, one shell. If he pokes it, we'll shoot him again. It's a good example of where the reserve shell can come in handy. I mean, Luva's over here. I just wish our Bisante would spot the enemy. There you go. We have the KPZ. There's one shell in the KPZ. Not able to get the second out, but again, it's... Oh, bro. Really? Okay. I mean, the problem right now is the spawn. Our team is getting absolutely rushed, and we're not winning this current situation. I'm going to lose 700 on knife. Yep, there it is. 460. That's really annoying. I was hoping we would be able to cross it before he shot me, but clearly that was not the case. All right, well, let's aim it on the 252. There's one shell, 2 shells, and we nuked him. He bounces me. I'm just glad I was able to get into cover. Problem is, it's a loss. It's 3 tanks left, and the game's over at this point. I mean, obviously. What are we supposed to do to counter this? Hopefully the Bisante kills him. That Bisante needs to kill the 252. Like, it's that simple. Because I can't. Oh, please don't HE me. Please don't HE me. He's going to. I already know it. Oh, thank God. Didn't pen it. Come on. I just want to get some damage out. That's all I want. That's all I want. There's 1 and 2. Sweet. There you go. 2,900 damage. So that's all. We'll do one more game, maybe. Because that was such a bad team. Droodles RNG is better than my future. Bruh. I mean, what else was I supposed to do in that battle? It's a great example of where your team just sucks. I mean, look at the team. 0 damage, tier 9 heavy. Great job, bro. 45%, 32,000 games. I mean, cute femboy. Well, you're a reroll, but DM me. No, I'm joking. All right, let's keep going. Try one more game. See if we can get a win instead of a defeat. We'll see. We will see. Oh my God, Dan. All right. Do you think the Stritzvon K is good? And if you could buff it, how? I'm pretty sure it will be getting buffed when Wargaming does do the rebalancing, because it's really mid right now. But yeah, if you want my opinion on the Stritzvon, it's mid. I don't think there's really anything amazing about it. I just drive an E5 or an E6 any day of the week over the tank. So that's kind of how I see it. One more game. I mean, if we lose this, I'm going to end off either way. I wanted to give it one more shot. At least it's a tier 8 match. Sam was driving out in the open. Not sure how I feel about that. We have the Helsing. I would love to shoot the Sama, but my Chrysler is doing a fantastic job of going right where we want him to be. Alright. Well, we still got 2 shots out. Again, great example of where the, crazy, but see, there's nothing I can do to predict that. That's just called, oh yeah, there it is, there it is, there it is. Will our team support me? That's the question. Will our team support me? Nope, we're gonna get pinned once. Thankfully, our team is moving in. Okay. This is why you need teammates, though. If I didn't have teammates here, our game would be over. And it shows where sometimes dumping the reserve shell is not always beneficial. Because how was I supposed to predict... Oh, there you go. Great example again. Look, we got a tank on our rear now. Great examples here of... Like, what am I looking at? What the frick is going on, bro? Why am I being the only one... Yeah, what the frick? Why am I the only one being shot? Every time I'm the only one ever getting shot. Every single player only wants to shoot Droodles for some reason. Legit, they must have like a hard-on for me. There you go. You're dead. I was going to shoot the Yo, but he backed up. I mean, we're going to win, and we did fine. It's just every single tank is full health here. And then I'm the only... I just don't get it. It actually confuses me so much why people always tunnel me. I don't get it. I really don't. Okay. Well, there you go. We got a win. Not the craziest win ever, but it's still a win. I'm probably going to actually have a video up on this tank again today. Not on the tank itself, but on how DPM is not affected by... Or not DPM, but how much damage you deal is not affected by the damage per minute of your tank. Well, there you go. In my opinion, the Jagdpanzer 100? is one of the best team independent tanks now. I literally had a 0 damage game in the Yag the other day on stream because I got YOLO'd by like 3 tanks because I was too slow to keep up with the team. The Yag is the largest tier 10 in the game, and I stand by that. You can say, oh, the mouse is larger, but the mouse is a turret, so you can deal with tanks around you. The Yag is the largest tank in the game for the fact that the entire side of it is a penetrable box. So, personally, I don't think the Yag Panzer is that good at really anything apart from nuking people. It's the same thing as the 183. The difference is the Yag can actually frontline. If you're in a game on like Himmelsdorf and you can use the Yag and get into a side scrape, it's great. But most games you play aren't like that. If you're on Castilla, good luck. You're screwed in a Yag. Have fun. If you're on a Lagoon, good luck. I don't see what you're going to do there. There are certain maps that the Yag cannot play on. That is where you cannot do anything. So you have to keep that in mind when you are playing the tank, and it is something that's a serious problem. So I don't think the Yag is nearly as strong as a vehicle like the E100. I think the E100 with more hit points and more mobility and a turret is just better. So that's how I see it. As I've said, DPM is not everything. Alpha is not everything. Flexibility is key. And this tank, for example, is incredibly flexible, and that reserve shell allows you to get out a lot of damage. We averaged 3,227 for 24 games in the vehicle today, with a 75% win rate. You ask me, that's a pretty solid result. I mean, that's literally better than a lot of the top players. I think, like, if we make our way to, one sec. Blitz Stars. You know, if you make your way to Blitz Stars and you go to its players, and then you go to NA and you do damage per battle, the highest damage per battle players. Oh, that's EU. Bro, I don't want EU. I checked on NA. All right, here we go. So if we go to the highest damage per battle players in the NA server, right? 3,800 probably has some sort of rigging, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Could be wrong. I'm not going to get into that. But point being, oh wait, no, is that Vanquisher or Barcode? I don't know. 3,600 damage, 3,500 damage, 3,500, 3,300. Right now, with the damage that we are averaging in a tier 8 with 3,227, we would be ranked number 20. And these are players that are playing in tier 10. So we're averaging the same damage as the top 20 players in the game in tier 10. I want you to think about that. That just shows how easy this tank is to perform well in. Yeah, so there you go, ladies and gents. Either way, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the Vipera. I think it's a pretty solid tank. Crazy donation, by the way. You already donated that the other day, though, so. Hopefully you enjoyed today's stream, and if you want my opinion on this tank, I still would wait for it to come out cheaper. It will, that's 100%. Especially because you're going to see people like Martimator who are going to be like, hey, this is not a good tank. You should not be buying this vehicle. Even though I'm over here averaging more damage than he can go in tier 10. But point being, this is a good tank. If other YouTubers or people that you listen to say it isn't, they're wrong. And you have the proof here. You can't say I'm wrong. 25 games is a pretty good sample size. Especially because a lot of them have been up against tier 9s. This is a good tank. It's as simple as that. And I think it's actually stronger than the tech tree, personally. It's my personal opinion, but that's how I think of it. So you can use what I've said here. You can clip it. People can disagree with what they want to say, but they can't disagree with stats. So argue with the stats if you disagree with me. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.